Hola, ¿cómo estáis? Today I want to talk about a very common mistake that people make when they're learning Spanish. It's when they're trying to say, look for something. And what people come up with at the beginning, when they're first learning Spanish, they learn the verb mirar, that means look, and they learn that por means for, and so they put the two together and they say, mirar por. And then some kind soul tells them that that doesn't exist in Spanish and really doesn't mean anything. That if they want to say look for something, they're supposed to use the verb buscar. So they go on to step 2 in their mistaken ways. And they start saying buscar por, or even buscar para, neither of which is correct. This mistake is so common that if I had $1 for every time I've heard it, I could buy a small country. What I'm going to do in this video to help you avoid this mistake is I'm going to give you some examples of the correct usage. For example, you and your partner are looking for a new house. What do you say in Spanish? Estamos buscando una casa nueva. Estamos buscando una casa nueva, which means we are looking for a new house. Someone comes up to you and asks you a question which you have no idea what the answer is, and so you tell them, busca la respuesta en Google. Busca la respuesta en Google, which means look for the answer on Google. Yesterday you were looking for your friend Pepe, and today you're telling someone about it, and you tell them that yesterday, busqué a Pepe en la playa, pero no lo vi. Busqué a Pepe en la playa, pero no lo vi. I looked for Pepe at the beach, but I didn't see him. Now notice with buscar, in this sentence, I said busqué a. That a is the personal a, which will be the subject of another video about Spanish, because it's a sore point for people learning Spanish as well. Now, you've listened to this video and you say, oh, I'm going to see if this Brad guy knows what he's talking about. And so you go to Google and you look for buscar. You conjugate it to narrow down the results. And you look for busqué por. And surprise, surprise, Google says there are lots of hits. But there's a reason for that. In the sentence, for example, ayer te busqué por todas partes. Ayer te busqué por todas partes. It means, yesterday I looked for you everywhere. Now, in the sentence itself, what's happening is, te busqué, I looked for you. Notice I've already said the for. I looked for you. Goes along with the expression, por todas partes, which means everywhere. So, te busqué, I looked for you, por todas partes, everywhere. It's just by chance that busqué and por are together in this sentence. The same thing will happen with busqué para. Google will show you results with busqué para. For example, in the sentence, ayer te busqué para decirte que, ayer te busqué para decirte que, which means, yesterday I looked for you so I could tell you, or yesterday I looked for you in order to tell you that. Now, what's happening here is, once again, like in the previous sentence, te busqué is I looked for you. Para, in this sentence, means in order to. So as in the previous sentence, te busqué, I looked for you, goes along with para decirte, in order to tell you something. So I hope this will give you some orientation to help you avoid making mistakes when you're trying to say look for. Remember, don't say buscar por or buscar para when you're just trying to talk about looking for something. Well, that's it for today. Adiós. Hasta otra.